What's up, guys? Beast6, another video. This one's going to be about decks awash, the advantages and disadvantages to it. So this here is a U-boat, believe it or not. It's a beautiful U-boat, I think. But for this particular video, I think it'll be more than enough for what we need. Okay, so when you go decks awash, usually your boat's, sitting up here, the ballast tanks are empty, you have positive buoyancy. But when you go decks awash, you're filling these tanks and you're just going under the surface just enough to hide your U-boat. All you'll have is your tower here, okay, little arrow here. I feel like Bob Ross right now. And basically, you are just showing the tower. Now, there's a couple of advantages to this, okay? You have a low profile, okay? The bad guy here can't see you, all right? He doesn't know where you're at. All right. Number two, your dive time goes very, very. You could even use your own stopwatch in the game and test it. Test, submerging fully out of the water, and then try submerging when you have decks awash. It just doesn't compare. All right. I think it's like 30 seconds you're under the water when you're decks awash. It's really, really fast. So if you're in like the Bay of Biscay, or you're in an area where you know there's gonna be like air coverage, this is a really cool tool. All right, now there's some disadvantages though. All right, let's talk about it. Let's get rid of these funny things here. All right, number one, you can't use your binoculars. For some reason, you have that little. Well, it actually looks like this picture here in the corner of your game. It shows you when you're underwater. You're technically underwater. So all you have is your UZO. And that has a very limited view. It's better than nothing, but that's literally all you have. And then, of course, the visual acuity of your watch crew. So make sure that their morale is up. Okay, so your UZO is the only thing you have to look at distances. Also, too, and this is something I've been testing a lot. Apparently, if you're, it's a speaker, believe it or not, right here. If you're at decks awash, and let's say you're at, you got, 60 meters per second winds, all right, and you got a really, really crazy ocean, and let's say you're trying to get away from, a destroyer, okay. It doesn't happen in Silent Hunter 3, but in Silent Hunter 5, they can hear you. Apparently, you go up and down in the water so much that if you have a destroyer nearby, they will follow you. I had one come as close as 2,000 meters to my U-boat because he was following my U-boat the whole time. It was like 45 meters per second winds. It was really, really rough seas, and for some reason I couldn't shake him. It was dark, it was foggy, but he could hear me. He knew where I was, and he was literally like right at about, I'd say about 160 degrees. When he finally saw me, he started shooting at me. I actually dodged him. I was able to dive and escape. But yes, it's something to think about, that they can hear you if you're going. I was going flank too, just so you know. But if you're on like the calm seas, they can't hear you. So apparently the bobbing of the ocean will affect you. I hope this gives you guys a lot of good information. I hope it helps you use that decks awash. And thanks, guys. I appreciate it.